Have you ever pondered what shapes our understanding of life, society, and the universe? It's a question that takes us back to the roots of Eastern and Western philosophies. In the East, we find traditions like Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. These philosophies emphasize harmony, balance, and the interconnectedness of all things. They shape a worldview where the focus is on the collective and the fluidity of life. In contrast, the Western philosophical foundations lie in Greek philosophy, rationalism, and empiricism. These traditions champion individualism, critical thinking, and the pursuit of objective truth. They foster a worldview where the individual is a distinct entity, separate from the collective, and where the world is made up of discrete, measurable parts. These foundational philosophies have deeply influenced the development of Eastern and Western societies, coloring their perspectives and worldviews. Understanding them helps us decipher why we think the way we do and how we might see the world through a different lens. Moving forward from the roots, we encounter a stark contrast in the Eastern and Western approaches to individuality and community. In the West, there's a strong emphasis on individualism. The concept of personal identity and self-expression holds a high place in society. The Western philosophy encourages you to be unique, to stand out from the crowd and to express your thoughts and ideas freely. It's about asserting one's individual rights and freedoms. On the flip side, Eastern societies tend to lean towards collectivism. Here, the community takes precedence over the individual. Harmony, social roles, and obligations are valued above personal desires and aspirations. It's about playing your part in the grand orchestra of society, where every instrument works in harmony to create a beautiful symphony. The approaches to individuality and community are reflections of the societies themselves, emphasizing different aspects of human existence. In the quest for knowledge, it appears that the East and West have chosen different paths, but how do these approaches impact education and innovation? Let us delve into the Eastern approach first. Eastern societies often embrace a holistic and contemplative pathway to knowledge. They place high value on balance, harmony, and intuition. Rather than dissecting information, the aim is to comprehend the world as a cohesive whole, where all elements are interconnected and interdependent. In contrast, the Western approach leans heavily on analytical and critical thought. The emphasis is on logic, empirical evidence, and the scientific method. The goal is to break down complex phenomena into simpler components to scrutinize, question, and validate. These contrasting philosophies shape the education systems and drive innovation in these cultures. Where Eastern societies might encourage introspection and holistic thinking, Western societies often promote critical thinking and individual exploration. These distinct approaches to knowledge not only shape education and innovation, but also mold the way people perceive and interact with the world. Time and space, the very fabric of existence. How do Eastern and Western cultures perceive these fundamental concepts, and how does it shape their worldview? Eastern thought often views time as a cyclical entity, a wheel endlessly turning through seasons of birth, growth, decay, and rebirth. Space, in this perspective, is seen as interconnected, a vast web of relationships where every thread is linked to another. In contrast, Western thought tends to view time as a linear progression, an arrow shot from the bow of the past, sailing through the present and heading towards the future. Space under this lens appears segmented and individualistic, a collection of discrete entities, each existing in its own right. These divergent views illuminate the cultural ethos of East and West. They shape not just our perception, but also our interaction with the world. Our perception of time and space is a mirror of our worldview, reflecting how we understand and navigate the world around us. When it comes to right and wrong, do Eastern and Western philosophies see eye to eye? Let's delve into the moral frameworks guiding these diverse cultures. Eastern philosophy often takes a context-based and relational approach to morality. Morality isn't seen as rigid, but rather as a fluid concept that changes depending on the situation and the relationships involved. This perspective encourages a deep understanding of one's role within a larger social fabric. On the other hand, Western cultures have a tendency towards absolute and universal moral principles. Moral truths are seen as constant, irrespective of context. The focus here is on individual responsibility and personal ethics, promoting a clear-cut sense of right and wrong. As we conclude our exploration, we find that both Eastern and Western philosophies, in their unique ways, enrich our understanding and challenge us to think beyond our cultural boundaries. Until next time, continue to explore the rich tapestry of human thought and culture.